You are misreading proximity as loyalty, and this miscalculation is actively dissolving your authority. You keep the same people close as you rise, and you call this integrity. You mistake shared history for shared direction. You confuse access with allegiance. Julius Caesar did not fall to enemies. He fell to men who shared his table. This error is strategic, not emotional. Closeness creates comparison. Comparison creates silent accounting. Silent accounting creates grievance. Grievance matures into justification. The people nearest to you do not envy your existence. They envy your position. They envy the authority you now occupy. They envy the scarcity you accidentally represent. Gratitude has a half-life. A favor done yesterday is a debt owed today. To the weak, owing a debt is a form of subjection. Subjection produces discomfort. Discomfort seeks relief. Betrayal is the fastest way to liquidate psychological debt. They do not strike to hurt you. They strike to stop feeling small in your presence. You think your success elevates your circle. To you, it is a rising tide. To them, it is a rising wall. The wall reminds them of their own stagnation. Power does not offend openly. Power offends structurally. Your elevation redraws the geometry of the room. Those left behind experience that geometry as pressure. Loss demands compensation. Compensation seeks moral framing. Moral framing becomes betrayal without guilt. You allow familiarity to erode frame. You over-explain to preserve harmony. You soften decisions to remain liked. Each concession trains entitlement. Equality is not respect. Equality is access without cost. Access without cost destroys scarcity. Scarcity sustains authority. Explanation is a plea for permission. The moment you justify a decision to appear, you grant them veto power. Authority is not maintained by what you say. Authority is maintained by what you refuse to clarify. Silence is not avoidance. Silence is information control. Information control preserves asymmetry. Asymmetry preserves sovereignty. You speak to be understood. The sovereign speaks to delimit. Delimitation reduces confusion. Reduced confusion prevents entitlement from forming. Betrayal does not begin with violence. It begins with administration. The Judas does not start with a lie. They start with a correction. They correct your tone in private. They clarify your instructions to others. They test the perimeter of your frame with small disobediences. They adjust timelines. They reinterpret priorities. They introduce alternatives under the banner of efficiency. Each action appears harmless. Each action gathers data. Each action measures your tolerance. You hesitate because the attack lacks aggression. You hesitate because you believe in mutual understanding. This hesitation is read as permission. If you do not prune the small branch, they will claim the trunk. By the time you notice, consensus has shifted. The room no longer adjusts to you. You adjust to the room. This adjustment marks the collapse of sovereign frame. Caesar's failure was not a lack of vision. It was the belief that his vision was shared by those who merely benefited from it. He assumed proximity implied alignment. He mistook access for loyalty. He allowed familiarity to simulate equality. Shared tables created illusions of parity. Parity eroded reverence. Reverence sustains hierarchy. Hierarchy stabilizes systems. Caesar maintained dominance over enemies. He relaxed structure among insiders. The threat did not come from opposition. The threat came from entitlement disguised as partnership. Competence did not protect him. Competence attracted dependency. Dependency bred resentment. Resentment sought liberation. Liberation was framed as justice. Justice justified violence. Violence was procedural, not emotional. Blood was optional. Betrayal did not require hatred. Betrayal required rationalization. Proximity supplied rationalization. Distance would have starved it. Pause. Most have scrolled away. They want techniques for loyalty. They want reassurance. You are still here. You understand that loyalty is not a trait. Loyalty is an environment. The sovereign does not seek people to trust. The sovereign engineers alignment. Alignment is not a promise. Alignment is a contract. Alignment exists when their profit is mathematically impossible without your position. If they can thrive after your fall, you have designed a flawed structure. Structure is hierarchy, not friendship. Structure is asymmetry, not warmth. Structure is clarity, not explanation. Distance is not abandonment. Distance is calibration. Calibration preserves long-term authority. The sovereign is unreadable. Unreadability collapses plotting. Plotting fails without data. Data extraction fails in silence. Subscribe only if you refuse to be the solution everyone consumes. Your hierarchy must crystallize as your influence grows. Growth without crystallization invites rot. You are not here to be understood. You are here to be effective. If this clarified a pattern you recognize, press like and comment on the cost of keeping the wrong people close. Authority dies quietly when proximity replaces hierarchy, and it never returns without distance, silence, and irreversible structural correction.